Anthony Weiner is hoping voters have forgiven or forgotten. Anthony Weiner, posted on a sun-baked corner of the East Village on Tuesday, had stooped to hear an older woman tell him she had just voted for him, when a much younger woman stopped, took a quick selfie in front of the candidate, and muttered, "Pedophile." "What did she say?" the older woman asked. "Supports another candidate," Mr. Weiner deadpanned. How charming. That's quite funny. I thought he was gone from public life. What happened? It says right there he came back. Suddenly he returned. Mr. Weiner resigned from Congress in 2011 following a sexting scandal. A second sexting scandal cost him the run for mayor in 2013. 4 years later, he was convicted of a felony and served 18 months in prison for sharing sexually explicit photos and texts with a 15-year-old girl. Okay, am I the only one here who only remembers the 2011 incident? This was before I started streaming, so I wasn't covering politics as much. I remember him getting removed from Congress. I don't remember a subsequent sexting scandal and then a third one that led to a felony conviction. Holy shit. That's crazy. And now he's back, seeking an improbable comeback, running for a city council seat in Lower Manhattan. During his campaign, he has owned those dark episodes. Anthony Weiner's latest redemption tour starts with a haircut. A haircut of what? This is an insane campaign. Anthony Weiner walked in mostly unnoticed, took his seat in the barber's chair. Why would you? Wouldn't he just want to, like, retire? Like lay low and not subject himself to constant media cycles? Some people don't quit, I guess. This seems like glazing. I don't know. Seems weird to talk about a haircut. I mean, it's kind of like the article is literally disgraced pedophile Anthony Weiner comes in for a haircut. Let's take a look at this shit show. Like, I don't think they're really glazing him. I feel like it's just kind of, they're in awe at the audacity of him running at all, you know? It's pretty wild, but I don't know. I mean, Vosh, it's not as though being a convicted sex criminal and known pedophile bars you from public office. Yeah, but usually the people who run for public office aren't convicted pedophiles. Usually they're not, like, so for Cuomo, it's sexual harassment, okay? For Trump, he's been convicted civilly of sexual assault, and we all know he's palling around with Epstein, right? But this is a conviction of impropriety with a minor. Like we're raising the bar. He was on the Adam Friedland show. He was on the Adam Friedland show? Oh my God. It was so good. It was pretty funny. Okay. Hold on. Look at the Weiner mailers. He's not perfect, but he's exactly what we need right now. I'm gonna lose my mind. Is this a bit? Do we live in reality? What the is going on? Like New York, Anthony Weiner's been through things, but no one is more prepared to fight for us. This has to be a grift. I don't think it's a grift. I don't think he's making money off of this or anything. I just think, yeah, he's shameless. Oh, he's like a Republican too. Fight back against disorder by hiring 3,000 more cops. Oh, but he wants universal health care. Crack down on illegal marijuana in our park and our street. Wait, isn't weed legal in New York? I don't know. So what? So are you not allowed to smoke in parks? His clip was incredible. Okay.
Right. I think if a congressman's underpants with a little bit of a was tweeted out in 2025, what I would say is it wouldn't make the top 100 news stories of this year. That's right. So it represents an intersection of like an old New York tabloid press, which is like, that was kind of an old world thing.
Correct.
And then the new world introduction of technology into...
That's one version. The other version is, it was a relatively slow news period, and I'm a guy named Weiner who tweeted out a picture of his dick.
But so you were the first guy too.
No, I'm saying that I'm not dismissing that idea. I'm saying that there was an element of it.
But Matt Gaetz the kid.
Right, and if his name was Matt Kid
No.
Oh, almost like spat. Oh my God, I did spit. Jesus Christ. Okay. No.
I get it. Sometimes I critique the question you're asking, and you do this thing of like, this is not good for you to make fun of your host on the show. It's not working. I'm like, all right, I get it. I have not seen the documentary.
But you lived the documentary, so I'm going to ask you a question because I saw it.
You don't need to set it up as the documentary when I haven't seen it. If I did it in real life, you can just say, I understand you.
You're the one wasting time right now.
I'm just POV, you're Anthony Weiner.
So in order to prepare, I decided it was necessary for me to sit
SUNY system.
They totally do.
Okay, and when did you get involved or become interested in politics?
Probably there.
Probably there.
I ran for student government there.
What was your platform? What were you fighting?
Vote for Weiner, he'll be frank.
Okay, well, that's just a saying. Well, like, what did you want to do?
That's pretty good. Is all of this a bit? Is this like another, who's the fat drag queen, the Republican, Santos? Is this like another Santos thing? Am I getting trolled? Is there like another camera in here I'm not aware of?
That's what do you think you need in college? It's really, no more fish sticks in the cafeteria?
A pun about hot dogs.
Yeah.
And they were like, that's good.
Vote for Weiner, he's on a roll.
But that was your entire platform. You were like,
okay,
I want an office of Palestinian investigations or something.
The division in student government, at least at Plattsburgh, is probably other places, is you have these guys, these resident assistants who basically they're the professional guys on campus who are hired by the colleges to be in the dorms, the RAs, we all know what they are.
But they're students.
So my whole thing is those people should not be allowed to be on student government.
Why?
Well, because they effectively worked for the administration. So there's like, so I don't think they should be. Those are always the ones that were most ambitious to run. So I ran. It wasn't a platform. Who gave a shit?
I kind of like that as spite run.
Yeah, so that's what I did. And I didn't win. I came in. Anyway, I came close. And then there was a bit. You want to keep hearing the rest of the story?
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever told it on any podcast before.
This is what people want.
I'm dubious, but I'll continue. We'll see. We'll see if the dial groups do well.
I genuinely feel like this is like a Nathan Robinson bit worked backwards. Like if I went back and I look at the 2011, 2013, and 2017 scandals, it would be like Nathan Robinson looking back at me from the photos in the newspaper articles. Nathan Fielder, not Robinson. Thank you, Nathan Fielder. Thank you. I mixed up two names. Like just an ongoing bit. It feels like a bit constructed on the Adam Friedland show that then worked backwards into a sex scandal 14 years ago. Does that make any sense? You know what I mean? Like this is where it started and it kind of like moved backwards in time to legitimize itself here.
For this
we'll
segment.
Cut it if it's boring.
So there was a vacancy because some kid didn't come back for whatever. He ran and then he didn't come back for whatever reason.
What was this guy's name? Full name?
I don't remember.
Full name.
I don't remember the guy's name. So there's a vacancy.
You definitely remember full name.
I remember names for the rest of the story.
Okay.
So then the charter of the Student Association of Plattsburgh State says that the president who's elected gets to choose a vacancy and has to get ratified by the Senate, right? So the president was Christine Slobin, and she chose someone, not me. And I'm like, that's not fair. I was the next person votes, so I lobbied all the members of the Senate to reject her appointment.
Oh my God.
And they did.
And she was your first enemy in politics.
And she said, all right, fine. Who the f wants this job? Fine, you can have it. And then I made the rest of the Senate miserable the rest of the time because I was constantly complaining.
So you love the game.
I got a taste for it then in college, yes.
Okay, and then you worked for Chuck Schumer.
I did.
In D.C. right afterwards. And that was kind of was he your first God,
he really has been around forever, hasn't he?
Mentor in politics?
Yeah, first and only, really.
What did you learn about how politics actually works?
I learned a couple of things. One, I learned the combination of the inside-outside game, and I also learned that relatively few people run Congress. That there are 435 of them, but there's really only a handful that actually do a lot of the work. So that you actually can really influence things a lot easier than people might think. Like you run for Congress.
I'm back. Who is this guy? This is a disgraced former congressman who in 2011 introduced leaking sexting pics of your dick to the public discourse, and then it happened again when he tried to run for mayor, and then he got convicted of sexting a minor, and now he's running in the New York City Council, and he's on the Adam Friedland show. It's unbelievable.
If you can figure out the 25 or 30 people that get shit done, you can really get a lot done.
And his name is Penis. Thank you.
And who are those people?
Sometimes they're staffers to committees, sometimes they're members who are super insider kind of people. Like, Nancy Pelosi, knowing Nancy Pelosi was going to be someone early on.
Is this how some politicians actually think? This is how all politicians think. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. Every politician in their head is like watching House of Cards.
I supported Nancy for whip and majority leader and whatever else.
Like that
kind of stuff.
She's like a real wolf of Wall Street. She really knows how to pick them.
She's very good. She's
incredible at it.
She was very good at her
investing.
job. She was very good.
No, I'm just
that.
talking, she's unreal.
Yeah, but people have money.
How the hell does she know what stocks to get behind?
A lot of people are rich. Yeah, are you not familiar with that?
I'm making a joke about how, like,
yeah, and I'm not playing along.
Why? You think that members of Congress should own stocks?
Why shouldn't members of Congress own stock? It's the most transparent body on earth.
I think that
every word is published somewhere. Every word that's said.
That if you have an investment in something,
go ahead,
and there's a piece of legislation that would threaten that investment, do you think that is a conflict of interest?
No.
What the?
Okay, I don't think that he should win his election. I do think he should keep doing podcasts, okay? Anthony Weiner was not like a nobody junior House member for 2 seconds or whatever. Like, he has some actual, he had a position within the Democratic Party, and he is shockingly honest, possibly because he is so shameless. Like, I think the shamelessness is what's coming back around here, right? Because this is how they think. He can just be like, what do you mean? Why can't we do some insider trading, huh? I need to watch this full thing. You know what? I'm content stealing right now. This is too good. This shit's way better than whatever dreck I'm producing. I'm gonna watch this on my own time. I've never seen an episode of the Adam Friedland Show. His ex-wife just married Soros' son. Really? It's a very small club, and you're not in it. Please drop the link. It's the Adam Friedland Show. You can find it. I believe in you. Please watch this clip. Is this from the Cuomo interview, which I also haven't seen?
I like Dua Lipa.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. My daughter is a singer.
I would let her.
And she would sing Dua Lipa, and I love what she does.
I don't know her
some
songs.
people will say, "Oh no, too sexy, it objectifies." But I'm telling you, I watched my daughter, and her kind of resonating with the vibe, you know, and the empowerment principle of it.
I don't know the songs.
I loved it.
I would let her shit in my mouth if. Sure.
Where does that come from?
Jesus Christ. That's his daughter. I think he's referring to Dua Lipa. That was good. That hurt my chest a little bit. I have a condition, you know. Oh man. That's a good one.